Well, hello there, and welcome to Mondays with the Queens.
Why
Cause we
are they
live,
winning?
we live, Envy.
We live. Yes, we all live. Let's see.
Yes.
This is fucking real. Touch down. Happy Monday, everybody. I was looking for our viewer discretions thing, and it's looking like it's not showing. I don't know what Dawn done did
Well,
to the
viewers
back end.
discretion is our views are not the views of the Evening Rush Network.
Right.
Okay,
Right. How is
that's it.
everybody doing today?
I'm good. How you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Y'all in these damn lashes. Both of y'all. I'm looking at both of y'all. Bat them
You
things,
better do
lady.
something. You better
Bat
add
them
some
things,
women
lady. I was gonna put on some lashes, and then I said, no, no, nigga, not today.
Not today.
No. I had them shits on yesterday, and I was like this.
How was your weekend? As everybody can see, we have a guest. We're gonna let her introduce herself, and then we're gonna roll right into the show. This is gonna be a very interesting topic. It may be kind of touching to some, but we're gonna make it do, and we're gonna take it from there. So, how you doing, our guest?
I'm great, actually. I'm what I might call when, we ask each other every day what, type of temperament we're on. I
Mm.
say like, from 1 to 10. So today I'm like a 7.
Uh,
Hopefully, time to show in, I'll be a 10. But
Okay.
right now, I'm a good strong 7.
I'm trying to think. What's my temperament today? I'm not doing bad today. I'm not too tired. I had a fairly good day. I guess I'm at about an 8.5, 9, something somewhere around in there.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
doing
I'm a
pretty good.
strong little eight.
So, like it's a good day. It ain't been bad. I ain't getting no bad news, so that's good.
Right. So please tell them who you are. What do you
Introduce
do?
your. That's right.
Please
Introduce
introduce
yourself.
yourself.
Okay, so my name is Shaniqua Purvis, aka Coco, and I'm the CEO of both sides of the violence.
Mm.
So that's one of my many hats that I have. But for right now, that's what I'm working really hard with because now it's like a pandemic with gun violence. So
Absolutely.
I've been doing this work for almost 10 years, and probably before that, just doing work in my community. And now it's to a point where we're at like a real dire need of the community to come together and stop this because that's the only way it'll stop.
Correct.
Right.
Right. So my sister was murdered in 2020, 2002.
Okay.
She was murdered by a stray bullet
Mm.
in Tompkins houses where we grew up at. So the person who did it, he served his time for manslaughter because it wasn't on purpose. And he came home, and after like 2 3 years, I actually had a conversation with him, and that conversation actually changed my life. So in that conversation, he was telling me how as a kid it wasn't his peers, but it was adults like writing him off. You're going to jail. You're going to kill someone. You're going to shoot somebody.
So they was already
Yeah, it's just
predicting it
that's
Writing them
beforehand.
off.
that
You,
is like
you
that's what
crazy.
teachers be doing. They be telling kids, "Oh, you're not gonna amount to nothing. You gonna be in jail by the time you 18." And it's always you figure people who are supposed to be uplifting you, and those be the ones that's just doing you dirty.
Like belittling him, making him feel like he wasn't. Hold on, because this dog is like a child. Get this dog. Do something. Yo. Like,
Lord, today.
so
I was about to say, whose baby is that?
that's our baby. That's our baby, but she gotta shut up. So anyway, yeah, so in that conversation, he was telling me these things, and I was really disturbed by it because I was one of those people.
Mm.
I'm older than him, and we were before this happened. Our families were kind of tight.
Hey,
So,
Ross.
I was telling my little sisters and brothers and people I knew that was, what we call quote unquote good kids. Oh, stay away from him. Don't go around him. He's going
Right.
to jail. He's going to shoot somebody. Meanwhile, I was the one taking kids off the bench and taking them to the city and taking
Mm-hmm.
them to other places, and the quote unquote good kids. But he was the one that I should have been taking.
Right.
He's the one that I should have gave a hug to and said, "How was your day?" You understand? And I asked him that. I said, if I, had done that, what would I have done? He said, "You would have saved my life." So that I took accountability, and hence both sides of the violence. So
Right.
I work with him and everyone in my community and other communities to help us not go through what we've been through, our traumas. Us as me as a victim and him as a perpetrator, who are victims too.
Right.
They are.
So that's where both sides of the violence come from. Everybody take that name and have other ideas. It's incredible what they think it is.
Right.
But I'm telling you that that's what it is. Victims and perpetrators, because people don't understand. And if you look at my logo, it's the yin and the yang.
Mm-hmm.
It goes together, whether you like it or not. You're the victim, you had a perpetrator. If you're a perpetrator, you
had a victim.
Right.
So
But they were all, but just like you said, they are victims as well.
exactly. So this is our logo and this is our website.
Okay. Well, I've been I have reached out to you because of what you do, and then like today our topic, of course, is how does the why does it not there? How does gun violence affect our community and our youth as well? And that's the thing. A lot of times people don't know because, of course, we don't read. A lot of us don't read the newspaper. A lot of us choose not to watch the news.
I don't like to. Right, I don't like to because it always there's never any good news. Everything is gun violence or COVID or Russia. Like you're like, oh, it's too much.
But I'm gonna show you something because, like, even with the numbers, which is right here, gun violence in New York, the numbers from January to May is 632 victims wounded and 591. No, well, yeah. Oh, okay. So I see the difference from one year to the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So what they're saying is this year gun violence is down a little bit. It's still too damn high. Any 500 and anything is too many damn people. That's like that's 100 people, at least 100 people a month.
When you talk to a parent,
but it's only in May. That's the thing, right?
When you talk to a parent that lost a child, you're not trying to hear statistics.
No,
you're not trying to hear.
It could have been one.
That my child is one of. You don't want to hear that.
Mm-mm.
My child is gone. What are you gonna do about that?
Right.
That's it. Nobody wants to hear the statistics. No one wants to hear, oh my God, gun violence is up or gun violence is down. It should not be one.
Right.
It should not even be one. Because that one person has a family. That one person
absolutely.
Correct.
That one person lives in a community. That one person has a friend. That one person went to school. That one person went to church. That one person went and was in a dance class or in a dance crew or went to college or just was
a person, period.
Hold on. In pre-K. Like coming from the daycare. Like or eating in a car. Just having dinner in a car. Like,
right, yes.
It's just so much at one time, and it's really, really sad because most of these shootings are senseless. Senseless. If you listen to half of the stories that led up into this person getting killed,
right,
you would actually lose your mind. And this is what I hear every day. Every day.
Right.
Hearing a story of a senseless shooting, and these parents are crying and going crazy. So my thing is this: I'm more with prevention, right? I'm on the preventative side. Now I can be reactive. I'm really good at that. But my thing is, why be reactive when we could put more energy in being proactive?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I definitely think, and this is where we go wrong. We go wrong for two reasons why we go wrong. One, we separate each other. We don't do nothing together. We do everything separate.
Right.
Oh, how could you say that's your community? Oh, I'm a community. Black Lives Matter, but fuck the police.
Right.
What? How are you community and say fuck the police? How are you community and say I don't deal with the churches? How
when certain things happen, that's the first ones they call for help.
And don't deal with schools, or I don't deal with that hospital. How are you community and don't deal with what's in your community?
Right, right.
I always tell people you have to look at your community like you look at your house. If you look at your house the same way you look at your community, a lot of things would change. I can't come in your house and take a room. I can't kick down your door, come in your house and take a room.
Right.
So why should somebody be able to come in our community and open up a store or take a room? How? How is that possible? When there's things in place that's set up in our communities for us to say yay or nay.
Right.
And nobody never does because of the separation, the miscommunication. And two, disconnect. People get a certain age and they get a certain plateau in their life and they forget that they were kids. So now they get on the bus and be like, these loud ass kids. Bitch, that loud ass kid on the F train coming from John Jay. You was that kid. I know you.
Right.
You was that kid. So now you like, oh, these kids. And people do it to their own kids. Oh, I don't want no kids around. Bitch, you got 8 kids. Where you putting them?
Right.
Where you putting them? I'm confused. So now with this disconnect, now the kids is rallying up because they ain't got nothing to do.
Right. And it's sad because I have another clip and it's sad the way they're coming. It's like, how do you put it? It's like they're too bored, in other words.
Okay, so and this is what they're doing in their spare time. They're rallying up and getting together and doing nonsense because even the schools ain't even what they are.
Yep, correct. Yep.
Nobody's been looking at education no more.
Yep.
Because of COVID. So now you got the dumb leading the dumb.
Sadly.
Everybody coming together and being accepted because all adults is being disconnected.
Right. So and then even in the Department of Education, the teachers and the staff don't even want to deal with them.
They don't want to do nothing. So now it's like, okay, this is us right here. Y'all got your thing going on. We got our thing going on.
Right.
You understand? And that's horrible.
And these kids don't seem to have no fear.
No.
Like they don't fear nothing.
No.
Like authority.
Themselves. They feel like they by themselves. Pay attention to what I just told you. If everybody that's adults say, oh, I don't deal with kids, or I don't want to deal with dumb kids, what you think dumb kids is going to start doing? They're going to start gathering up and they're going to start listening to each other because they don't got us.
Right.
They're going to start rallying up and doing what they want to do. And guess what? It's going to lead to murder. It's going to lead to nonsense. It's going to lead to senseless violence.
Right.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, and that's one. Being that you mentioned that, I have a clip that I believe this was in
shock. The 16-year-old was heading into this juice bar in Brownsville on May 22nd when a man approached her from behind. Surveillance video catches the moment he pulled out a knife and stabbed her in the left shoulder.
Some guy just saw me, and out of randomness, he just wanted to come and hurt me.
Wilson says she didn't realize she had been stabbed until 2 men from the neighborhood approached her to help. They walked her home, where her mother was horrified to learn about what had happened. Wilson was rushed to the hospital where she was treated and released. Her mother says her daughter has remained strong through the process. As for Wilson, she has no idea why she was targeted. Meantime, police have identified the suspect as 20-year-old Louis O.C. They are asking for help in finding him. Wilson hopes anyone who knows anything will come forward.
And this is why I don't watch the news. But
but if you see the last clip, it's about 5 or 10 young men just shooting in the air.
Now that is the example of what I just said.
Yes.
Now the stabbing, that's another component. Mental
health.
Mental health. That's what I was about to say. There's a lot of young kids.
Tell me that man was in his right state of mind.
He didn't. If you looked at the clip, he didn't look like he was.
You cannot tell me he was in his right state of mind.
He looked like he had, like there was something a little off with him. He did.
And that's another disassociation. Oh, they
right.
Oh, they crazy. Oh, they crazy.
But they still need help. You still have to help them.
And because of COVID, they've been letting them out the shelters.
Yes.
Just let
Yes.
them out. Just putting them on.
And they get an early release as well from whether the shelters, whether it's from the psychiatric buildings, whether it's from jail. They've definitely been early releasing a lot of them.
And they lacing the weed with fentanyl.
Yes. Yes.
That's another thing too. You ain't smoking no 1970s weed. You smoking some 2022. I'm gonna take you to the old Jetsons. You ain't. That was the Flintstones. This the Jetsons right now.
Right.
You don't know what you riding. You don't know what you smoking, and it's so much jealousy, hate, and envy that people doing whatever just to get you out the way.
Right.
Just to get you out the way. So it's a lot of things that's going on. It's a bunch of components. But for me, the only way, and I don't care what nobody say, and they could criticize me to the day I die, you cannot be community and not put those 5 components in the same house with you.
Right.
And that's law, police. Because when I slap the shit out you calling the cops. You're not fighting me. Stop it.
But that's the whole thing is we have to make sure that the police that we call ain't also about to come in there and beat our ass either.
But see, that's the thing. Listen to what I'm telling you. If they live in the same house with you, they know you. See, you gotta see. This is here we go.
Right.
Disconnect. If you look at your community like you look at your home, if you look at your community like you look at your house, you're not coming in your house and seeing big ass rats in there. That's a problem.
Right.
But you will walk outside and see a big ass rat and laugh. Oh, there's rats on this block. I don't even walk on this block. You look at what I'm saying. So if we all live in this same house and we all have the same mentality, if my kid mess up, you're gonna step up to the family table and be like, I'm gonna take this. I'm the law, so I'm gonna handle this problem. But don't worry, I got you. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Not my kid messed up and now I gotta go get somebody outside to deal with him that don't know him, don't even know my house, how it's ran, and just come in my house and do whatever. No, it don't work like that.
Right.
Everybody have the same mentality, saying that this is my house. My house is my community. And in my house, I have law, I have hospitals, because somebody got to patch your ass up when I beat you. Then 3, church, because somebody gonna have to pray for you and me, so
Absolutely.
I don't didn't really kill you. And 4 is schools, educated, because if I'm educated enough, I wouldn't want to hurt you. You understand? And then 5, people. People bring all these things together. Anytime you separate any of these entities, is gonna be a problem.
Correct.
What you say is going to be a problem. It's going to be an issue. Now, mind you, if everybody in this house work together and they know the layout of the house, then guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make you happy. We might not always get along.
Right.
No, we're human. We're not perfect.
Nobody gets along all the time. We're gonna have to fight every once in a while. But do know that rent gotta be paid.
Right.
No, if it ain't, you ain't got nowhere to live.
What areas do you and your organization cater to, if there's specific areas, in case people don't know?
It's NYC developments for right now.
Okay.
I'm pretty much anywhere anybody cool, I'm there. But
so you don't have a certain catchment area other than NYC?
No, not right now.
Okay.
So we have Tonka's houses, which I was raised in, Marcy houses, Sumner houses, which I was raised in, Brevoy houses, my brother lives, and Red Hook houses when I used to go to John Jay. I know a few people in Red Hook. So those are the areas that I serve right now.
Okay. So if people needed to reach out to you, and you don't service those specific areas, would you be able to help them or guide them, or would you?
Like the mother in Cephalo, she lost 2 of her sons in a 30-day span.
Jesus.
I was called for the first shooting of the first son.
Okay.
I've been working with her up until this day.
Okay.
That's not my catchment.
Right. Okay.
The young lady that was murdered by her man, he killed herself in the apartment on Gates and Stuyvesant. I'm sorry, Gates and Lewis.
Right.
That's not my catchment, but I was called.
Okay.
I went there, serviced her. To this day, I'm servicing her. I had to actually help her clean up the crime scene.
Wow.
Mind you, I had PTSD.
Right.
5 years before that, on the same block in the next building, twin. He killed Slim and then killed himself in front of
Correct. Yes.
I hope that family to this day still help, still talk, still keep in touch, and clean that crime scene. Not to mention my sister crime scene. I was
right.
My sister.
Right.
So this is what I do. This is what our organization does, and I include my family for right now because we're not funded.
Right.
So my husband, my kids, they're involved. My mom, she outside too. Like we outside. We outside. Anybody that calls me, we going in Crossroads on Thursday, like in the jail, in the juvenile jail. We in the school. I just talked to the 5th graders that I was called for that. That's
yes, that's thing right.
My school, but I was called to go there because a young man, fifth grader, he threatened a 5th grader girl, a young girl, told her he was going to shoot her.
Jesus Christ.
She didn't want to come back to school. So she called me. She said, I was just on the news. And she was like, oh my God, call Auntie Coco and see if she could come to my school. Girl, I surprised her. That happened Thursday. I surprised her on Tuesday and came to her school.
Okay.
That's crazy. The fact that children at that age will be like, I'll shoot you. Like, what?
I'm going to shoot you.
But that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy at that age. Like, that's what you're thinking about.
You know how many?
But you got to remember, it's not even a specific age because they see this on the TV. They play these games, so it's a lot of times, a lot of children, not even just children, some adults can't seem to separate game and reality. You see what I'm saying? Because even like when you see certain things, Law and Order and everything, a lot of times it be game is their reality, and then they're doing the crimes and doing certain things in real life. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times, a lot of people mental capacity can't tend to separate, and then it's also what they're exposed to. So if you're exposed to the game 100% of the time, and not even schooling and reading a book and stuff like that, then of course that's gonna create their reality.
It's gonna dictate your reality,
right? Because even when we read a book, we picture what we're reading, whether it's romance, whether it's crime, whether it's horror, and now they're putting themselves literally in the book and they're acting out in a reality form.
Yeah, because I ain't going to lie, we really want to get technical. I blame crack. I blame the crack era. Like,
so at first I thought you said crack. You're like, no, what?
Crack.
Right.
Like
crack kills.
Crack.
Crack is whack, is what Whitney said.
Like
Crack is whack.
I blame the crack era.
Right.
Most of the kids was raising themselves, having kids.
Yeah.
And then they got to be adults and grandparents.
Right.
And they had technology. Now you got the technology raising your kids.
Correct. TikTok seems to be the whole new teacher now. They know how to cook. They know how to create certain things, and it's literally social media. You're 1,000% correct.
Yes. So
TikTok and YouTube. If you want to learn how to make anything, you go on TikTok or YouTube.
No, you want to learn how to give head, you could go on YouTube. I'm dead serious.
Lord.
Let me tell you something, right? I was one of the people that was lucky because most of my friends, their parents were crackheads. If it wasn't a parent, it was an uncle or aunt or somebody that was destroying the household. With crack. I was one of the households that I thank God I ain't go through that.
Right.
But because I'm a person that takes on my friends' hurt and my friends' pain, I learned from being in those families and being around those dynamics. So I knew once I became a mother, I wasn't letting nobody. My mother could tell you how many times she sat and babysat my kids. Not happening. I even made sure that when my kids was born, they wasn't stair steps. They ain't have to share shit.
Right. Literally. Right.
5 girls and 3 of us were stair steps. I had to share everything. If I could take the barrettes out of my head, the panties on my back, and the worst thing was my birthday outfit. It was never mine after I wore it for my birthday.
Oh Jesus! Wow.
You understand? Like,
right.
So I had kids on purpose. The ages far between that they are.
Okay.
So I have to share nothing. Like, I was really precise on how I was going to be a parent.
Right. You had your blueprint already ready.
Yes.
For the most part, opposed to when others didn't. Right.
And it didn't come from my mom. Trust me. It came from my grandmother. Okay. But at the same time, right, it taught me resilience. It taught me how to survive. It taught me how to survive. I knew when I was going to become a parent, what I was going to do with my kids. And make them, even from the womb, I knew what vitamins to take to make them smart. I know what food.
What type of diet and everything that you need. Correct.
Everything. My food intake was brain power. Like, I knew, like, I what's that book? What to expect when expecting? That's my Bible. I tell everybody that's having a baby, get that book. Get that book. That is the Bible. And I gave it to everybody that was close to me and was having a kid. I gave it to them. That book is the Bible. Like I strictly went by that book. Now, of course, my kids ain't the best kids on the planet. Please don't get it. You know
I don't think nobody kids on. Kids on to ourselves.
Because they, girl, I'm like this close to knocking the hell out of one of them. But I'm just
I already know.
But I'm just saying, like, they are smart.
Yes.
Smart.
But you know what's crazy? Even though they stress us out, there is because and I always feel
when they go outside, they behave themselves.
Yes, and that's one thing I can say. I always get my children are respectful. Always get my children have manners. I always
my mother. They used to tell my mother in school, "Your child is so quiet and so she's such a good child." She's like, "Whose child?"
Yes, especially when they talk about my oldest daughter, they be like, "Oh my gosh, she's British." I'm like, "Who? What bitch? What?"
Right. But you know what's crazy? I always tell them I'm proud of them and good job. Cause like even like with my oldest daughter, you know, she's in college and stuff. And I always tell her the world is bigger than a block. You understand what I'm saying? Granted, her vision is what it is. She wants to be an airplane pilot, but in the reality of it, we create our world to be cupcakes and rainbows for them because outside is nasty. Everybody's not nice. Everybody doesn't have something to say, whether it's good morning or bitch, get out my face. You understand type of conversation. And when I've noticed, even when it's time to get on the phone and handle your business, she could be in here, you know, whether we on the phone, whether she in here and we could be laughing and joking. And when it's time for her to pick up that phone, it's hello, good afternoon. My name is so and so and so. And how can I help you? And I sit and I be like, well, that's what the hell I'm talking about. Yes.
I'll be like,
yes.
Okay.
And it's crazy because we raise our children to be a certain type of way because, for one, they damn sure represent us. And then two, you don't want them to be a statistic on the outside. And then I know
a stereotype.
Right. But it also can be, how can I say, like a good and a bad thing? And I say the bad thing is because I notice like with my children, sometimes they tend to feel like outcasts because they have the structure of my mother is straight 7:30. She gonna put hands and feet on me. If it leads to that, I want to try this, but I'm not gonna try it. And if I try, how far can I go? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like pulling teeth on in certain aspects because the ones that don't have too much structure is the ones that's out and about running amok and you know, young pregnancies, young STD transporters or whatever. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, so to say.
But you know what else too? Like I teach my kids to be responsible and respectful, you know what I'm saying, and loyal.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Respectful and loyal.
Yes,
goes a long way. And I'm really big on integrity.
Yes,
I'm huge on integrity. When they turn 10, I always make them look up that word and spell it and say it because that will determine your character.
Right.
You understand? Because one thing about me, and I've worn many hats. I've been everywhere and back, to hell and back most times.
Right.
There's certain things that somebody could say about me, and you'll be like, "Oh hell no, not Coco."
Right. But that's because people know you.
And certain things you could be like, "Oh yeah, that was
right.
That was her. That was her.
Right.
And certain things you'll be like, "Nah, no."
But that's where it goes to people wanting to know you and people taking the time out to know who you are and what you represent. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you was one of those that was out there scandalous, grimy, then they'll be like, well, you might be right. You understand what I'm saying? But you can never put certain things past certain people, but you also know is, oh, no, not that one. I already know. I'm good on that aspect. You understand what I'm saying? Say what you want about this person, but that person, it just can't happen.
You know, with my kids, I'm not one of those parents that you come to my door and be like, oh, your kid did such something. Like, no, that she dang. Oh my God. I'll be like, depending on what it is,
right.
I'm one of them people that
you to a certain aspect, you know your own kids.
Right. I know my kids. So if you come to me and you be like, yo, your daughter, I'll be like,
let me think about it. She might have. She might have.
And then it depends on what daughter.
Right.
Exactly. You know your kids.
What I do is I give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely.
I give everyone the benefit of the doubt because these kids are shocking. So
you will not,
because you know what? Sometimes your children are one way with you, and once they get outside with their friends, they are a totally different person.
You're 1,000% correct.
They are very influenced by their friends,
by their peers.
Yes,
so that's what I'm saying. So that's why I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I listen first.
Yes,
and I taught my kids that too. The smartest person is the best listener.
I know that's right.
How could you be listening and learning if you talking?
But you also gotta. We also have to teach people to be, even the kids, to be a neutral party. Never pick sides just because that's my friend, that's my family. No, because family's wrong too. Friends is wrong too as well. But we already hit our 30-minute mark.
You hit them with the right is right and wrong is wrong.
Absolutely. But we hit our 30-minute mark. Hold on. We're gonna run our commercial, pay these bills, because I already knew it was gonna get kind of intense. We still got more clips and more pictures and stuff to show. We're gonna bring Precious on in. Hopefully she's available, and we just gonna run it. If anybody's looking to be on the network, we definitely have room. We are expanding tremendously, and here, this is how you do it.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
But yes, as y'all can see, we are back. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Oh, one thing, ladies, I wanted to tell y'all congratulations. We are now, I hope I'm saying it right, we are syndicated. We're expanding to Philly. So we will be on the radio station in Philly shortly. I'm not sure the exact date. You know, me and Rainbow and Dawn, we still have to speak. So, but yes, the network, like I said, we are fully expanding. Rel's Relaxation Hour is also syndicated as well. He was on the station in Atlanta. So when I tell you the network is doing big things, we
doing big things.
We're not just talking. We really do mean it, and we really are doing what we got to do. And when I tell you, if we got room on the network, y'all better jump on it, because sooner or later we're gonna lock the key and we're gonna shut it down. And sorry,
right? Wait, hold on. On that note, big up.
So yes, as y'all can see, we have a guest. Thank you, Precious, for joining us. Thank you, Vet. We appreciate you.
I just want to say, Coco, I love you. I was listening backstage, so I was here. So I'm already privy to the conversation. Look at Jigga. Look at my Jigga.
Yes. If nobody, well, I know we got a couple of new tuning in. If people are not aware of our topic today, is the effects gun violence have on our youth and our community. And this is what a lot of people tend to bypass. If y'all don't already, please follow us at Rainbow Refreshers, Envious Creation, and 360 Photos. I'm gonna need that page information, because we're applying pressure. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it right.
Right. We gotta start making that money, honey.
And I actually have a person inquiring about the machine. I'm gonna hit you on a side note about that. Also, please follow both sides of the violence. Miss Shakib, how you say first name?
Shaniqua.
Shaniqua.
Purvis. I didn't want to
She's
mess
like,
up.
look, it might be spelled a special way, but
Right,
it's just
right.
Shaniqua.
Still Shaniqua.
Yes, Shaniqua Purvis for Birth Side of the Violence. If y'all not aware, she definitely targets, and she is very, very much hands-on with our community, and that's why we picked our topic, because it's like the violence is just excelling tremendously, even on MTA. Yes, even on MTA, and our main goal is, it seems like even if it's 10 people in your area, at least 8 people have children. Just sit and talk to them, pick up the newspaper, have a conversation with them. It's okay to watch the news.
Make sure you talk to your own kids too.
Yes, definitely. You know, even if
starts in the household.
right? Even if you pick up the Sunday paper and you use that for the week as current events, please educate the children, because a lot of times they don't know what's going on, other than from a small clip on TikTok, a small conversation in the classroom. A lot of times the classrooms are not educating, and we got a lot of our children that are taking MTA, and a lot of the crimes are happening on MTA. Like I have a thing I'm going to show as well. This here. This happened on the 2 train.
They have a lot of this is
over loud music. That's crazy.
And you know what's crazy? The stop that the 149 stop, that's my stop in the Bronx. As you know, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn and moved to the damn Bronx. But anyway,
who told you to do that?
And that's the stop. But good thing thank God I don't take the train and don't have to, because I tell the kids, I take the kids to school and back, because I be stressed. I be like, it's too much going on that train.
Literally. So whether it's the shooting that happened a couple months ago, whether it's someone being unfortunately groped, whether it's just
someone being pushed in front of a train.
Yes,
like, anything can happen in the train station.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
I guess that's why they said that they're gonna have more cops on the platforms or whatever. But
and ain't that people being groped and raped. This lady was raped in front of everybody in the car.
And they don't do nothing. Do you see that?
Nobody doing nothing.
Do you see what's happening?
You know what? Everybody's too busy taking video of these things and not actually doing anything. Like, you gotta be.
But then I also wonder, is it because of fear? You understand what I'm saying? Because look at how many.
They call the cops.
Yes, you're correct. But then you also got to look at how many innocent people that have lost their lives.
I get that, and that would be me. But I would call the cops. I would probably take the video so there's evidence. But these people are taking the video, but they're not calling the police.
They're putting it on social media and they laughing and everything else. Correct.
You can't really
make jokes about it. That's not how you help someone.
You can't really call the cops on a moving train.
Yes, you can. On the train, there is Wi-Fi.
Now you can.
And if you cannot call anybody else, you can call emergency number now on the train due to so much stuff that has been going on. When you log onto Wi-Fi on your phone, your tablet or whatever, the option is considered MTA and it is not locked. Yes, you can.
Oh, and
yes, you can.
Like me, I haven't rode the train in years.
Right.
But I'm just saying, if I was to do it and I saw something like that, I would wait for the next stop and throw my water right in his face to distract him and run off.
But see, but you still do something.
I would do something.
Right.
I wouldn't just stand there or just be looking or going, oh my God, or taking out my phone.
But my whole thing is there's a whole bunch of people. Like, I don't know if we were. Yeah, I be like, you want to get together and gang up on them or something. Like, we got to do something. But if you think about it, that could have been
one of those people that try to drag them. I don't know.
And that's the thing, because nobody knows. And you know, a lot of times
I have anxiety.
Right, I kind of don't.
Everybody does.
I also do for certain people, because a lot of people don't know how to respond in fast-paced situations. Because I got an example for me. When I was living in Queens, literally the house across the street was on fire. I was like, oh shit, I gotta call 911. I kept dialing 119. I was like, why is that going through? Oh my God. And I kept trying to, you want to call the cops, then you had to take a breather, like, why is the number not going through? And you dialing the wrong number, but your mind is saying, I gotta help, this house is on fire. You understand?
It didn't matter the nail. She was dialing the wrong number. She thought she was in Korea.
You know, it could have been hard with all that.
Oh Lord, no.
She thought she was in Korea dialing 119.
Girl, I don't know what, but that's what I'm saying. Because even with myself being in law enforcement and stuff, you think proactive, yes, but a lot of times people don't know.
When you in, it's hard to say what would happen when you're in the situation. Because you really don't know what your anxiety or whatever's going to happen.
Correct.
Get it straight. We all have anxiety. Everyone has anxiety.
Yeah.
Some people's is just worse than others. And I feel like if I see something happening,
that's true.
I'm gonna be like India. I'm dialing 119 too. Or I don't know what the fuck I be dialing.
But my intentions as well. My mind is saying one thing, and you gotta remember a lot of people don't think this stuff happens.
But there's people out here who don't even think about helping. Is not even in their thought process. They're too busy trying to get a buzz and a like for themselves. That they're too busy trying to take a video or something so they can post it online and get some videos and go viral.
Right.
That's the fight or flight.
Yes, that Big Green just posted. Correct.
Just like she said that. That's so true. Fight or flight, and then it's porn. Porn.
Right. So, Big Coco, you mentioned that what you do. What is it, the services that you offer? Do you offer counseling? Do you recommend them to go certain places? What is it that you actually do?
So we have violence interrupters who are outside in the hood, at the dice game, at the trap houses, in the lobbies. Just
so y'all going and shutting shit down?
No, hell no.
We're not going in.
Okay, so right.
Sit down.
The whole perspective of cure violence, right? And it goes back to what I told you with the community being my house.
Okay.
So with that, I got some people that live in my house.
Right.
Stand around the house and just make sure shit go right.
The house is safe.
That's it. And that's what violence interrupters do. You hire them where they live.
Okay.
Because where you live in your house, you know who the drug dealer is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who the chick with the badass kids is. Know who the
They your friend. You could talk to them. You could be like, nah, not today.
You know the little disrespectful little boy that's going around saying stung with his little penis out. You know the old lady that's in the front window that know everybody
business.
And
Miss Jenkins.
You gotta hire people where they're from.
Mm-hmm.
So get violence interrupters hired from where they're from, and they stay around the neighborhood watching their house and making sure nothing happens.
And that's what I think the police department should do. They hire, they train everybody. They hire people from Long Island and Staten Island.
Right, but they hire people
they can't relate.
They not from that area, so they already nervous to be in that area. So every little thing they're like,
right. But they tell you, but the sad thing about it is they tell you you're not going to be in your residential precinct. But my thing is, why not put me where I can relate so I can keep the peace? Because if they know me and they have that much respect for me, then they're going to, keep it to a minimum.
So they're not going to do that ever.
Right. But, I know that. Right.
Because at the end of the day, there's corrupt cops.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
And when people have a sense of power, especially with people that they grew up with that know certain things about them, they're going to turn the other cheek. They don't want that.
Right.
So what they're doing, which I love right now, right? The new recruits are not from where they're from, but they're from like neighborhoods.
Okay.
I'm
fine with that.
So the precincts that I deal with call me in to meet with them personally. All the new recruits. I mess with 3. Oh shoot. 5.
You don't even know. Look, you don't even know.
I'm only supposed to deal with
it's a new something.
That's 3. No, 4.
I just thought about it's 5. But the 5 precincts, they actually introduced me to them on a one-on-one.
That's good.
And when they introduced me to them, and I spoke to, because they wanted me to let them know what I do. So when they see me on the street, they know what I do.
That's good.
So they let me do what I do.
Right.
Okay? So I
don't disturb my hustle.
Literally, right.
So I tell them, I talk to them, let them know what I do. They all interested. They all like, wow, that's what you do. This is how, they all in it. and then I asked them where they from. Most of them, all the new recruits I talked to this go round, this cohort, all of them are from the hood.
Okay.
Good.
All of them.
Good.
Okay.
Every single one of them was from the hood. Everybody that said, "Oh, I'm from East New York. I'm from Crown Heights. I'm from
you know what? I don't care where you live now. Like, I don't care where you live now. I need to know where you grew up.
Hello.
I need to know if you know about us.
So that's
because you can live in Long Island right now, and I don't give a shit.
So I'm glad to say.
But I need you to know what goes on in the hood,
or at least be familiar with it, right?
You ain't gotta be. You don't have to live here now, because we don't want to live here now.
Right, we don't want to live here now. But but the cohort that just came in, the new recruits all across the city that just came in,
nice.
They all are from the hood. I was so ecstatic. I almost had a tear in my eye. I was like, wow.
Nice. Okay.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. And then,
but you know what? You know what they say? All skin folk ain't kinfolk. They still could be from the hood, and still trying to do what's
true too. But at the same time, that way we can make them more accountable.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you know.
Yes.
You know. And you wanted to play stupid. All right. So now you want to get even worse.
Right.
You do.
Right.
You understand? If somebody don't know, you could, prosecute them to the stiffest, to the extent of the law, that and all that good stuff. But if they from the hood and they still do the dump, come on. Now you're not just getting the prosecutors, the DA.
First of all, if they from the hood, they going to try to make an example out of them.
You get the jails, you get everybody after you because you knew better. Because you knew better. So another thing that they're doing that I'm really proud to say that I witnessed in the police department, this new task force that they got, that's not undercover. They're not undercover.
Yep.
Okay.
They have a uniform. It's not the same uniform as the blue and white, regular cops.
As uniform member, right?
And it shows their badge, where they from, their badge numbers, all that.
Everything is visible.
Everything is visible.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect thing that I love about this task force, they were NCOs. Which means the people already know them.
Yeah.
They were already the neighborhood cops.
Yep. So
they did a really great background check on them to make sure they don't have no beef with nobody in the hood. Nobody is, going after them, or they don't want them around. None of that. These are really good guys that was already NCOs, already working in the community, helping these young kids for real. Because they were to me. You know what I'm saying? So I know they was doing it for real.
Right.
And now they on the task force. Now, a lot of people are mad at this task force, but how? We did it to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We did it before COVID.
Yep.
We had gun violence down at the best time
it had ever been
in history. It was
right, because I remember you posting something when you were
in New York. It was never that low. Pure violence and the police did that.
Correct.
And I don't care what you say about Mayor de Blasio. He gave us the money and the freedom to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We had violence was down. As soon as we, got a hold to what was really going on, because we could sit back and watch and see, and we saw what these task force was really doing to our kids, we stopped it. We got it going. We got it away. We got it going.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Done. And now our kids want to go out and now shoot 1-year-olds, shoot 3-year-olds, shoot shoot 11-year-olds, go in Burger King and shoot a girl working.
Yes. Yes.
Come on now.
Oh, look at the innocent bystander by LG.
Baby in the car with her mother going to the
right. Store. Or the young lady that's by LG. She was shot with her dog.
I was just about to say that.
In the store. Yep.
Come on. Like, we did that.
Yep.
So when everybody go, oh, these task force, shut up. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
We did it to ourselves. We stopped stop and frisk. We stopped that too.
Yes, we did. Yep.
Mm-hmm. People had a misunderstanding with stop and frisk. Stop and frisk wasn't to put our kids in harm's way. Stop and frisk was to protect cops. That's what stop and frisk was. It was to protect the police. But But the crooked ones, the bad ones.
Right, I was about to say that.
It's good and bad and everything.
It's good and bad and
We
everything.
abused it and took it somewhere else.
Correct.
But we got that going too. We got that going too.
And now we begging for it to come back.
And guess what? And why is that? Because of us.
Because they don't know how to control
I am so
themselves.
sick and tired of people blaming and complaining. The same people
That's exactly what is happening. Yup.
Don't have they're not in nothing. Anytime somebody go, oh, so the gun violence is this and the gun violence. So what are you doing in your house?
Hello.
What are you doing in your house? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you
doing?
Nothing.
This girl, she got on Facebook and she went off on Eric Adams with the task force. They doing this. They trying to lock our kids up, lock our kids. She kept saying that, right? I read it. I looked at it. Everybody was like agreeing, dick ride, agreeing. I went right on that post. I said, let me tell you something, honey. I'm going to ask you one question. What are you doing in your neighborhood right now with our kids?
Hello.
What?
Nothing.
I promise you. I wrote that 5 hours later. Nothing.
I'm surprised. I thought you was going to say they deleted your comment. Yeah.
Nah, she didn't even delete it. It was nothing.
She just didn't respond. She pretended like she didn't see it.
So guess what I did? She stood up at Sean J. funeral.
Oh, wow.
And said the same thing. So you know what I did? I went right the fuck up there.
You asked the same question.
I went right up there and I shut her whole thing down and I walked out. I said what I said. I came in, said what I said, and I walked out.
As you should.
Because all y'all want to do as black people is sit and blame and complain. Y'all not doing nothing. Nothing. Not even the parents of these kids that get a second chance, that I get out of jail, that I stop from being killed or hurt, that go back in the same house. You still not, and you got a second chance. You might have messed up the first time because you wasn't aware, but now you're aware. What now? What do
y'all at that point? Those should be the people that's helping the most.
And I'm the type of person that keep up. I keep up with you. What's good?
What you doing? Right. What's going on?
Months later, random. How's the kids? What's going on? Oh, he locked up again.
How?
Let me tell you that you know what? Some people you can try your damnedest to help them. Some people it's all on them.
You can't help.
You can't help everybody.
Some people don't want help. Some people are content in certain situations they in.
But blaming and complaining. They love blaming and complaining. They need to make a point.
It's a lot of ignorance. It's a lot of generational trauma that's passed down. Like you always got to remember that too, because that's just what it is. As a community, we do not want to learn. That everybody claim they want to learn. Because even like while I was backstage, I was listening. So now it's my turn to kind of talk because I was listening to what y'all was saying. So when I was talking about just like being in the communities and helping. Before COVID hit, I did a team program, right? And it was voluntary. I did a team program. Let's go around the community, grab the kids up. Because it wasn't.
I remember you talking about that.
Because it wasn't paid, a lot of parents did not want their kids to sign up. They was like, "Oh, this is not paid. This is giving them nothing." I said, "But it's giving them experience. It's teaching them that this is bigger than you. Like this is a community effort. Let's get this."
And they don't even understand if they put that on their college application. How that look?
Hello.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why parents think everything is about money. Like experiences for your children are sometimes better. What's the word I'm looking for? It's just better.
It looks good.
It's better for your child's education.
But even if you take all of that away, what Precious was doing, they was painting, they was cleaning up the community. You will sit back and you be like, well, damn, I did that mural. Damn, I did that. Because even when I do a lot of what I do, I'm like, oh my God, I made that shirt. Oh my God, I made that cake. And you'll be like, wow. So, and that's what a lot of parents tend to forget. Because even with my kids, go and do it. Give it at least you can say you gave it a try.
When you look at your own hard work, and it comes out and you be like, I did that. You're very proud of yourself.
That's the problem. A lot of people, they're not teaching. I'm going to say we, because I'm going to just say we. We know it's not us, but I'm going to just say we because I'm saying as a people, we are not teaching these kids how to take pride in the little things. We teaching these kids.
Absolutely.
We teach them how to say, we want these kids to be walking around here being better than their peers. Why not have them all together and make them all somebody and make them all something? Because your kid is my kid, and I would hope my kid is your kid. That's the reason for the at the school. They love me at the school because I let them know it's a team effort. I don't go against my kids' teachers or their deans, the administration staff. If I have a beef with the administration staff, I take it to them personally. But in front of the kids, I always come because kids need to know that we are a village and we don't raise kids like that no more. It's you, me, I. That's it.
Right. Don't talk to my child like that. You can't talk. Don't do that to my child.
A lot of kids are the way they
right.
And then,
I mean, it depends on what the situation is. If it's like an extreme situation, then I get that.
I don't think
if it's just a regular like disciplinary action. Y'all need to have like this child might need to be disciplined.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with it being just a certain situation, because you can tell from the way we grew up to now, it literally was the village that raised us. Oh, you cut in school? I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna call your mama and tell her I beat your ass because A, B, and C. Nowadays, the adults, the parents, a lot of the parents are, don't say this to my child. Don't do this to my child. And a lot of times it can be, listen, sweetie, don't be fighting on the bus. Y'all better than that. And it's still the way the child takes it home. Oh my, this man touched me. No, he grabbed your shoulder and tried to break up the fight. And it wasn't even, you didn't tell your mother you was about to have a fight. You told her to tell her. You understand what I'm saying? And I've seen that working over 10 years with my job, because the whole story gets misconstrued. The parents want to come and fight. Now it's unfortunately the parents are fighting the kids. You understand what I'm saying? And the timing is different. It literally was the village raising it.
I brave it on crack too, Coco. I brave it on the crack too. Like Judge Mathis, you a crackhead.
Look, Precious,
I blame everything on crack.
Me too.
She's gonna be a crackhead, Coco. So please don't.
Coco, everybody knows I blame everything on crack. I don't want to be a crackhead. You acting like
she drink a sip of wine. She would have some. What is it, Manischewitz, and she thinks she's gonna be a crackhead.
Wait, let it drink a little bit more than bubbly. She think right.
The crack era did not. The crack era did not miss. The crack era did not miss my household.
Nigga said, let me get a sip of Manischewitz.
I just can't. I can't.
Yo, you can't even smoke weed. They lacing it.
Right.
Everything is laced. Everything is laced. Even your drink.
Yes.
They lacing it with weed or they lacing it with some. Now it's lean.
They lacing it with something.
I'm just so sick of this. But this
you gotta make your own shit.
Yes. So
grow your own weed in the backyard.
Everything. This is the thing with me, right? This is the thing with me. When you have children, you install. First of all, you're giving birth to individuals that just look like you.
Yes.
That's it.
They may not even look like you.
Right. Some of them might not even, but I knew it was serious when Naya went in my phone and her face worked. So I knew that was serious.
What you call those good genes?
Naya did just like this and it worked. I said, oh, hell no.
Right.
So, yeah, I just birthed individuals that look like me, right? So in that, I install whatever I can, right? Install it in them, put it in them, put it in them, put it in them. So when they go outside with the crazies, they got their armor, they got their sword, guard.
They're fully prepared. Absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
It. And when I die today, they are straight. They survive. I did my job.
Right.
Every one of my kids can survive. And that's the only thing that we're able to do for our kids, to teach them
absolutely.
To teach them to survive when we're not around. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta give them tools to be able to fend for themselves.
It's a hard job. It does not come with a book. You understand?
It does not. That's it.
But what I do is
there is no correct way to parent.
So
correct.
So what I do with my kids is, and I do it with their friends also. Nobody can never say they came across me and then leave with something great.
I know that's right.
So I do that all the time. And with the new podcast that we're about to do with both sides.
She might be pulling up on the network, so we ain't gonna give y'all too much information.
So we're gonna do current events.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna do current events from my point of view, being as a 50-year-old adult.
Right.
You know, back in the days of how I grew up and everything, and then we're gonna do Jigga's perspective.
Sports will cater into the youth. Correct.
How old are you, Jigga?
15.
Okay.
I don't do nothing without youth. I don't believe going to these extravagant balls and these gatherings and banquets about the youth, raising money for the youth, but there's no youth there.
Right.
Going to these
We keep talking about the kids, but the kids ain't never there.
The kids ain't never there. Right.
Yeah,
right.
you always need representation.
You go to these tenant association meetings. No kids. Matter of fact,
the kids live in a household.
Anybody younger than 50 in that motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't even think there's anybody younger than 50 in there.
Like, shit, they may not even be tenants.
All the meetings, the precinct meetings.
That too.
All that. One precinct meeting, I brought like 50 kids to that meeting. I didn't even tell them where I was taking them.
I know that's right.
And I brought them there so they could see. Because people don't understand, at a precinct meeting, you could pick out a cop that disrespected you and tell it. They COs is sitting right there. And they got to listen to you.
Yep.
That's when you have a mouth
right
to say.
You have a voice speaking. Exactly.
And
yes.
When I took them there and I showed them that, as a matter of fact, I was being honored by them that night. So I wanted them to support me on that.
Amen.
But I wanted them to see how it's set up and how that you can really have a voice. And we got one of the cops that we had a problem with taking off that beat.
See?
That night. You understand?
So but a lot of times they don't think we're going to speak up as a community, because a lot of times, unfortunately, we don't.
No, because they don't know nothing about it.
Correct.
They're not educated. They don't know. You can't be mad at somebody who don't participate in something they never heard of. You understand? They was shocked. They was like, what the hell? Oh my God. Coco. So now it's I got the power. No. We
got the power. We all got the power. We just don't know it.
Hello. And that's why you get a bigger and better house. You get a bigger, better house. So now in my house, I'm on a community board. Hello. And
you know what? Half the time people don't even know when they had those meetings. They
don't know. And
where they don't know nothing.
I got a community board meeting right now. I'm actually in it right now.
Lord,
so I'm just letting y'all know that's my life. I'm busy.
Right.
I had like 6 Zooms today. But I'm just like,
I mean, this conversation was much better than our first conversation when we first started. Like, so I love this conversation right here, because you had the GPS going. You multitask good today. You got
the right.
Lord, today.
I did.
But I have a few more clips that I'm gonna show, and then we can speak briefly on, because we already had I knew we was gonna go over, because it's some real life shit that a lot of people, overlook, and a lot of people don't know. So I snatch pictures and different, stuff from everywhere. So, like, for example, this is one, the 75-year-old woman that was struck while a bullet sitting in her living room.
You can't even sit in your own goddamn house.
That's the sad part. Yes, that's the sad part.
So you think you think you're in your home, you're safe, you're in your own home, and this is what the hell happened.
Y'all do know my sister was murdered in her bedroom.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Watching TV, watching the football.
Uh-huh.
It was an easy way to Johnny, right?
Yeah. This one here, he was murdered and manipulated in his own home in Queens. So it's not just Brooklyn. Yes, mutilated in home in Queens, in his house. Not just Brooklyn. It's not just the Bronx. It's literally.
Oh hell no! It ain't everywhere. Weird shit be happening. That looked like that was like Corona, Astoria, Jackson Heights, shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, just weird.
Weird. I just don't get the. Clearly, something must have been wrong with the person who did this, because for you to be able to mutilate somebody, which means you took your time
That had to be personal.
No, let me tell you something. Sometimes it doesn't have to be personal, but there might be mental issues. People with mental issues, it doesn't matter. It doesn't always have to be personal.
Right. I was about to say that. It might be mental health.
So I noticed that every now and again you post like y'all giving food away. There's different pantries and stuff. If someone is not in your catchment area, how could they go about it that may know somebody that may need food or may need some type of assistance? How do they reach out to you?
Our website.
How often do you do the food drops?
Our website. Right now it's like a real pause on food.
Okay.
It's a lot of food pantries is not being filled like how they was during COVID.
Oh wow.
Because of the stuff that's happening in Russia.
Okay.
There's a kind of like a little damper on the food part. But it's when I can get it, I get it.
Okay.
Know? And if it's a family, like a family like that's in dire need, like somebody had a fire or somebody had a flood or something like that. Like my homegirl, she just had a flood. I went and bought, she had 4 daughters. I bought all of them 2 and 3 summer outfits, bought them some Crocs. Like, get them something because it's hot.
Do you accept donations and stuff? If somebody wanted to donate, how would they go about it?
All through our website.
Okay.
What's the website?
What's the website? Yes.
BSV2021.org.
Okay.
BSV2021.org. Because we get no funding. We're not funded.
So we'll definitely post that in the comments. And your page is Both Sides of Violence.
Violence
Inc. Okay. On Instagram and Facebook.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
So if anybody is in need or know somebody that is in need of food, please contact Ms. Purvis on the website listed below. Please know that she is not just, her certain catchment area. She will be able to assist you. And if she can't, she'll definitely reach out to somebody that possibly can.
So we have, because it's like over 30 sites across the city.
That cool.
At a whim.
And if you want to donate.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want to
donate.
Yes, please,
donate.
Our funding got paused to next year.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people is hurt right now.
Mm-hmm. So are there particular things that you just want in particular? Like, let's say if I'm doing spring cleaning and I want to I still got brand new clothes and brand new shoe wear.
And I'll pick it up or you can drop it off. But everything
what are the things that are like necessities? Like
right,
what is
the must need right now?
First of all, money. That's number one.
Okay.
Because you can't pay people. You can't have people going places and doing stuff you can't pay them.
Right.
And if they got a car, how I'm giving them gas. Like gas is high right now.
Gas is $5 a gallon.
Send somebody to the Bronx, you understand, and not say, here's a gas card. So it's money. That's first and foremost.
So where would they send it to? Is there
if they go on the website?
Okay, good. So everything's on there.
Yeah, and they can see our Cash App, they can see our Zelle, they can see everything.
Okay, good.
Okay.
If they go on the website, but they can always hit me on the website and say, I'm such and such, I want to do, how can I? They can go on Instagram and they could go on Instagram in their messages and be like, hi, I'm such, how can I do?
Good, okay.
Or where can I drop off? They can do all that on the website. They can do it on Instagram. They can do it on Facebook.
Okay.
Both Sides of the Violence is written out how it's said.
If a person has been through a traumatic situation and needs counseling, and it's kind of how can you say
that too.
It's on the website as well.
Yep.
Awesome.
What we do is we outsource it.
Okay, good.
I told you it's 30 sites.
Yes.
So we can always call somebody and say, "Yo, we have I did it today."
Good.
There was a young lady in East Flatbush.
Okay.
She running away and she need a job. And I sent her right to Elite Learners.
Nice.
Learners is in East Flatbush.
Okay.
When somebody tell me they in Roosevelt, man up. If they in Queens, K Banks, CCD. If
there's a man up, I think, right not too far from me in East New York on Linden.
Man up.
Yeah, right here.
Man up. I send them the man up. Anybody in East New York, I send them the man up. Brownsville in, Violence out.
Yeah, I know that one, right. Mm-hmm.
I sent it to Bebo. Well, who else? Elite Learn, and if Staten Island, True to Life. Like we got in Release the Grip in the Bronx. Like we got RTG. Like we got Street Corner Resources in Harlem. It's mad
All right, so y'all hear this, people? It's not just a Brooklyn thing. It's a New York. It's a
And
statewide.
not for nothing, we was on a Zoom today with sites in Atlanta, sites in Miami.
Yeah, branching out. Awesome.
Sites in Philly. We
Good.
got.
Let me tell you something. Zoom has taken over, and it has made everyone's business much better.
Yeah, we got sites in Africa. Like,
so how does it work? Because, like, for example, with the situation, I think it's the Dallas situation with the student. Would y'all kind of pack up and then touch base over there and try to assist if y'all could?
Like with Boston, a bunch of us went out to Boston when that happened. Okay. I was dealing with my member's death and my
correct.
Mm-hmm.
But when that happened in Boston, they all went out to Boston. That's what we do. We're a first responder team for real.
Absolutely.
We are real first responders. And we deal and I want everybody, when they take pictures of having fun, hashtag Safe Summer 2022. Just hashtag Safe Summer 2022. Because what we're doing now is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and we got Safe Summer 2022. So we just going around to all the boroughs and making sure that we have events. We support events, that we having fun. Nobody's getting shot. You understand what I'm saying? So hashtag Safe Summer 2022. And when
you forgot the hashtag.
I know. I'm trying to type fast.
Right. I got it. I got you, boo. I got you.
Right. So that's the hashtag that CCD had came up with. They in Queens.
Okay. But I have another question before we try to close it out. If a person wanted to volunteer, whether based on their schedule, whether they work full time, whether they don't work, and they just want to be involved to help their community, or even just to be involved to be helpful at all, how do they go about it? Is it just the website, or is it
on the website? It says it. If you want to volunteer, if you want to, or if you need me or anything like that, it's on the website. They can say all of that on the website. And we have an event coming up June 24th.
Okay.
Anti-gun violence bike-a-thon, sponsored by Lyft. And and we're gonna give away some good awards, like community response awards to the underdogs, people that get the back, but they do the work, not the people on the forefront.
Right.
Where's this bike-a-thon going to be?
Unseen, right.
But that's really doing the work. That's what we're going to give awards out for that. And shout out the mayor's office for helping us with that.
That's good.
Where's it going to be?
Herbert Von King Park.
Okay.
In Bed-Stuy. Herbert Von.
I was about to say, where's that? Some people may not know.
Right, on Lafayette between Tompkins and Marcy.
Right, that's because there's also
King Park in
Tompkins Park, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we call it Tompkins Park.
Tompkins Park, right?
Everybody else.
It got a new name. Y'all. Okay, it used to be called Tompkins. It's now called something else. Okay.
King Park. So
everything gets a new name, don't you know? In Brooklyn.
Unfortunately,
I'm just saying. But anyway. That's his park. That's where it's at.
Right.
It's from 11 to 7. So first part of it, we're going to, barbecue. Second part is the bike ride. Whoever want to participate in the bike ride, you can bring your own bike. Nice. We're going to ride around the neighborhood to all the hot spots.
Good.
Letting them know we here for gun violence. We riding for gun violence. And then they're going to come back to the barbecue. We're going to give out the awards. It's going to be a great time. Anybody want to donate to that?
Nice.
On the website.
Okay. Well, if anything, I'll touch base with you on the sideline, try to get the flyer, and then, we can spread the word how we can, whether we post it, whether we mention it here or whatever. And then, we can just move forward from there, because the goal is definitely to get positive presence out, to try to keep the violence down, even though sometimes people look at it as a target. Oh, it's going to be a lot of people outside. We can do this, that, and third.
A lot of people only pay attention to it when it happens to them.
Yes.
They pay attention to it when it happens.
When it hits close to home. When it hits home.
Yes.
And it's so sad because I was doing it way before it hit home. But when it hit home, it just made me just drop everything else.
Right.
This is what I'm doing. You understand? So that's what that did for me. But for a lot of other people, it can make them more violent.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It can make them retaliate. It can make them have all types of feelings. I got family members that's mad at me that I speak to my sister's killer. That I mentor him, that I'm helping him start a boxing program in NYC development.
I get why they mad, but I get why you talk to him. It wasn't like he purposely tried to kill your sister.
No. No.
He
And then on
served
top
his
of that,
time,
too,
and he's a different man. He's a different person. People change.
way different person. And then on
People
top of that,
change.
and then on top of that too, right? Where's the elevation? Where's the elevation? People have to elevate. People have to grow. In my growth, that's where my path took me. Now,
Right.
if it took you there, you ain't grow yet. And I'm not mad at you that you're mad. I'm not mad at that.
No.
My thing is this: don't criticize me because I grew.
Right. Correct.
Right. You
Correct.
mature. You were
Don't do
mature.
that.
You were mature enough to
In
handle
your
this
own
situation
time.
the way you did.
In your own time, I would never be mad that you don't do this. I would never criticize you for not taking the path that I took. I would never.
Everybody's not built for certain things, and we
No.
we
I
can't
never
expect
thought I would be.
But you got to remember, when you put in certain situations, you'll be like, well, damn, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't think I would be capable of that, because you got to remember, look at me, for example. My whole thing was law enforcement, going to school for this, that, and the third, and now I'm in here baking cakes and doing this and doing that. And it's like, at the end of the day, like I tell everybody, our book is already written. The question is, are we going to stay on track and follow what is already written, or are we going to keep stressing ourselves out and making our own path, and we're going to eventually have to venture on what's already written?
Let me tell you something. Everyone on this earth has a purpose.
Yep.
Correct.
Not everyone finds it.
Yeah.
Some people find it early, and some people find it late.
Right.
So when you find you be glad to find it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter when you find it, you have to step into it.
Exactly.
Correct.
Like, I knew my path early.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hold you. I knew my path early, but I stepped into it once the tragedy happened.
Right.
Mhm. What that did was it rushed it sped up your process.
Exactly.
Right.
That's exactly what it did.
You were already in your purpose. But it just sped up your process of what you actually had to do.
Pretty
much. I tell people all the time, if you don't humble yourself, life gonna humble you.
Oh, yes, it will.
Life is gonna humble you.
And that was hard for me. And I'm in therapy now, and I've been in therapy since 2015. And
it's all right.
No, ain't no all right. It's excellent.
Well, there you go. It's excellent
right
because you gotta. And the reason why I say
if
all right,
if you need help,
and
get
you know
it.
what's crazy? Every one of y'all, every one of you on this line knew who I was before.
Correct. But no, but the reason why I say it's all right is because a lot of people don't admit. A lot of people look for excuses and say, "Oh, I don't need therapy. I don't need counseling." At the end of the day, everybody is not. You might could sit in front of your mother, your sister, your brother. Everybody is not designed to look at certain things the way you're looking at it. So let a person that was paid in that field dissect what you're going through, dissect how to relate with you with no judgment, and then take you from there.
And then
that's what it is. Sometimes you know what it is. Some people think, "Oh, I'm gonna go." And I told to my girlfriends, they're not biased. You need a biased opinion on your situation. Sometimes.
No, you need a non-biased.
A non-biased.
You need a non-biased opinion.
You know what you meant. We knew what you meant.
You need a non-biased opinion on your situation, because somebody who knows you and they know all of what you've been through, they just be like, "Girl, whatever."
Right.
Whatever.
It depends on the situation, because they might be able to guide you through experience.
You ever heard of this? Knowing is the first step.
Yes.
Knowing is half the battle.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
When you know,
you have to admit it.
When you know, right? When you know, all that is being responsible. That's all that is. It's being responsible. I took responsibility for me.
Right.
That's it. I took responsibility for me. I knew I didn't understand my triggers. I didn't understand my trauma.
Okay.
A lot of it was suppressed. I didn't even remember until I went through what is called the ACLs. The ACLs. I think that's what it's called.
I think so.
When I went through those things and I found out what my triggers were and I found out my traumas, that changed my life. And that happened.
That's why Coco was out here beating people up.
Dragging them.
No, because Coco in practice used to do a domestic violence. They used to do a domestic violence fundraiser.
Right.
And Coco would be up there, yeah, I was the abuser.
And I was the abuse.
Right.
He was the abused. Coco was abusing motherfuckers.
I was wrong with that too. Because I was abused.
Right.
That's why you became an abuser.
Exactly. and that's why dudes never tried me.
Right.
So, because I made it clear from the gate, I'm going to jail.
Right. Right.
There was one man that beat my ass, and it will never happen again.
Never. And you know what's so crazy? It never did. Like, I never had to, but I was a bad aggressor. I was a bad aggressor. And I had to take responsibility for my actions, take responsibility for myself.
But all that means is growth.
Therapy, that's what I'm saying. When
all that is growth,
You go to therapy, all you're doing is taking responsibility for yourself.
That's it.
So right. I'm going to take responsibility for myself for the rest of my life.
That's it.
So I've been in therapy since 2015 and I'm staying in therapy.
Amen.
That's the way.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's the way it's going to happen for me. And thank God with the line of work I'm in is free.
Amen.
That's it. Right.
Amen.
So but
you know what? A lot of people's insurance pays for it, and you have to pay a copay.
Right. But they
copay.
But see, you have to think too. People are not responsible enough to even understand that part.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But they'll find out if they can get a free tummy tuck though.
Hold on. Sadly,
people.
Vain. They're very vain. They don't give a damn about. They don't care about their mental health. As long as they look good.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. I want to look good. I did the tummy tuck. I did the breast reduction. I got my ass done. I ain't even gonna sit up here and say I didn't. But at the end of the day, in taking responsibility for yourself.
You did that, but you working on you working on yourself from inside and out.
Correct.
Inside out. So
not just the outside thing.
No. But see, I did that in 2017. I told you I've been in therapy since 2015. So I already knew what I was doing and what I was trying to do with myself. That was my path.
Right.
That was my path. That don't have to be everyone's path.
Correct.
That was my path that led me up to being the CEO of my own
Amen.
You understand? To have my kids not only be a part of this program, but invest in it. You understand? So and have a legacy to leave my kids and take on the responsibility of taking care of
everybody want to talk about what they got. Well, what are you going to leave your children to when you invest? What are you going to leave them? What's going on?
Right. You die today. What I'm leaving them shoes?
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Judy. We appreciate you.
Right. Well, like what's going to happen after that run out?
Right.
Well, it's not in style no more.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Polo is never going to run out of style. But I'm just saying, like,
not. And look, the older the better for Polo.
Yes, the vintage.
Now I have a granddaughter.
See?
You understand? Now I have a granddaughter. So I gotta change it up. I had to. Mm-hmm. So now I'm in a point.
You gotta leave something for generations to come.
You don't want to just leave the name. You want to leave the name and also whatever
legacy. She wants to leave a legacy.
I want a school named after me. God forbid, and I'm not here to toot my own horn, but God forbid if I was to die right now, that would definitely happen. I know I'm gonna get a street right now.
Right, you should. As you should.
If I die right now, I know I'm gonna get a school. I know it.
Why does it have to be when you die? That's my issue. That's the issue that I have.
When they give us, that's when they get their flowers.
When the person pass away, recognize me and give me my fruits of labor now.
You can get a street before. Look, I don't know about a school, but you can get a street before you die. Because look, Remy just got her a street.
My goal right now, I'm trying to own property. Fuck a house. I'm trying to own the whole block.
Yeah,
that's my goal. And I gotta keep this is why I keep telling the kids the world is bigger than the block. You're gonna put stuff in the block, you're gonna own it. Because now you own in the block, now you're gonna own your community, now you're gonna go in there. Now, what is it that now the question is, well, what are you putting into your community? Well, I done did a game room, I done did it after school, I done put a boxing match, I done did this, that, everything don't gotta be hookah lounges and strip clubs. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what's going 9 times out of 10.
It ain't always about the money.
I ain't going to lie.
It ain't always about people have to realize that materialistic things aren't always what you need to be going after.
Hold on, hallelujah. I'm a chaplain now, but I really have to say this.
I'm done. I already know.
Ball. I don't know what you talk about. I'm gonna give me a ball.
I put a ball.
In Brooklyn, they be having places.
So when I have the worst day of my life, I can go in my ball.
Okay.
My sandwich, nobody better not sit in, because I'm gonna be Norm at Cheers.
See,
nobody better not sit in my damn chair, and I'm gonna drink my wine, because God said.
Amen. Man, to shove it.
Hello.
Right.
Or Dennis from the Moscato.
Yes, but we definitely appreciate you, Coco.
It might say blessings on top of blessings.
But that's
Ain't
it.
nothing wrong with that.
That's it. Because they damn sure gonna be sitting there pouring their sermons.
So what?
Just make sure you say hallelujah after your first shot.
Amen.
Praise Lord.
Yes.
Jesus turned that water into wine. Yes, he did.
We're gonna have you back, Coco, because this was definitely an awesome thing. We really appreciate you. Anybody have anything to say before we close out? Because you already know we definitely over our time, but it's all right. Because this is good stuff for the community and for our viewers and whoever hear us on our radio and Pandora. Unfortunately, y'all on the auto part, y'all not going to be able to see what we posted, but you can always go on YouTube and Facebook and everything else and see what we did on the look back. But for the audio part, I know it's definitely a lot of food for thought. It's a lot of information. Please contact both sides of the violence. Reach out to Ms. Purvis and just refer tell a friend to tell a friend. So anybody
tell a friend, donate.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. So I will be letting y'all know September 17th is my wedding.
Congratulations.
Y'all invitation.
Congratulations.
Look,
let me look for me something to wear right now.
The colors are olive, beige, and gold.
Okay.
That sounds different.
So nice. I love it. You deserve it, girl.
Thank you so much.
So we will definitely touch base with you. Hopefully, we will be bringing Miss Purvis and her team onto the network. Like we said,
you better look out for both sides of the violence on this podcast.
And that's what I'm talking about.
On the Evening Rush Network. Praise God.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Right now.
And on that note, we're going to end it out. We're going to shut it down. We're going to see y'all next week, Monday. Same time, same channel. We'll talk to y'all later.
Stay
Queens of New York Podcast.
We're back. Y'all queens are looking awfully lovely today.
Thank you. I'll be trying.
We ain't come to play today.
So it's the lips for me on you.
It's the lips on me for you to hear that. I just MBK.
Applying a little pressure. We got to apply a little pressure today.
I don't know if they ready, y'all.
Don't come for us.
How do you spice up your love life with or without toys?
Nice, slow, simple, mellow.
No judgment here. Yeah.
He was trying to do with that toy. I'm going to take it easy.
Spice it up.
Any suggestions when using different toys and stuff?
A little bit of lube.
Playing with your nipples, sucking on your neck.
Oh my God.
You won't need nothing if it's hitting.
Naturally juicy, naturally wet.
Right? I ain't trying to be out of order.
I'm a pleasurable treat.
Don't be afraid to incorporate your partner into the play.
Get into it.
And that's
the way they advertise in this
work,
role, we might not need extra partay.
It's Monday.
Real, raw, and uncut queens. Live.